If you are seeing this after it's live, know that this happens on Wednesday evenings, California time, 6:30 p.m. And there are hundreds of free videos on my channel at all times for you to enjoy whenever. They're all about empowering you with healthy self-care. So I hope you enjoy the content. And I just sent out a newsletter, which you can subscribe to newsletters on my website. Not sure exactly how to post this, but I was kind of proud of it. And yeah, so life is good. Neuro hacks. So I have some featured playlists on my channel, and I have some short little neuro hacks, as well as long. And another thing that I have been discovering the past couple of seasons is the material for the playlist called Take Back the Skull. Because here's the thing, I have been well known, have a great 5-star reputation for helping people function and therapeutic stretching, like I said, for decades, but I was calling it from ears to toes. Personally, I have sustained several accidents, including a motorcycle accident, after which I had migraines all the time. That was in the late 90s. And so I was dealing with headaches, right? And I recently discovered, I recently discovered something that's super popular among young people, thumb pulling, looks maxing. And so I am taking back my skull. So that is one of my latest excitements. Obviously, it would be helpful if it was something in the upper body, such as neck, or if you're curious about the looks maxing, health maxing. Hi, hello, and welcome. Welcome to my channel. And if you missed it before, if you're new here, there are hundreds of free videos on my channel to empower you with healthy self-care anytime. Just take on that challenge. So if you have a reason to do the splits, to want to do the splits, such as you're a performer or a dancer, or you just really want to, that's fine as long as you cultivate that flexibility safely. It's kind of like jumping out of an airplane or flying an airplane. What is the greatest thrill known to man? The second greatest thrill is flying an airplane. The first greatest thrill is landing an airplane. And so to be able to do the splits safely or get out of the splits, that is as important, more important than actually doing the splits. So, for dancers and performers and martial artists, I can help, and I have helped people achieve that. It's a matter of hip flexor flexibility, hamstring flexibility, understanding how to keep the rest of your body in very good form while you do this. I, even though I'm known for helping people with flexibility, I am hypermobile. So I have to be super careful about my own flexibility. I remember in junior high, someone asked me if I could do the splits, and I just dropped down into them, and I hadn't been on gymnastics or anything. So that's probably not good. That is taking advantage of hypermobile ligaments. So that is the bad kind of flexibility. But cultivating good flexibility for optimal range of motion and performance, that's excellent. So if splits wound up on your goal for that, especially front back splits, great. Not everyone has the hip sockets to be able to do side splits safely. And a lot of people, it would take some serious work to do front back splits safely. Hello. Hello. Lying face down is not good for your neck. That's why on a massage table, we use a face cradle so that you can have your head be straight ahead instead of turned to the side. That's why belly sleeping is really bad for you. Well, one of the reasons, you get your head cricked to the side. Usually one arm is up and one arm, kind of like the crime victim position. One arm is up, one arm is down. So one shoulder gets overstretched one way, the other one the other way. So on a massage table with a well-trained therapeutic massage professional, they are going to put bolsters under your belly, under your hips. You're going to have your face in a cradle, and that's what makes it safe, so they can work on your back. But just lying face down, not so good. This is sort of a portable face cradle, and so it gives you a chance so you can breathe. And then, of course, you need support in the rest of your body to be able to do it. What inspired that question? You want to be propped up appropriately. So if you're lying on your side, you should be able to have your spine be parallel to the planet. So if you're lying on your side for sleeping, you are going to be better off putting a pillow between your knees, all the way from your knees to, well, my knees aren't in the picture, all the way from your knees to your ankles. Also, it's good to switch sides. My Looks Maxine coach is a big fan of side sleeping. I like to alternate. We have more lymph flow on the left side of our body than the right. Lying on the left side is one of the ways that the brain cleans itself. I just have the most beautiful sunset going on outside my window. I wish I could share it with you guys, but I know what happens when I move the camera that way. It's like you don't get to see what I see. So, yeah. So, side lying is fine. The more that for people who are hypermobile like me, I really need to be supported if I'm going to be side lying so things don't disconnect. And sometimes I do flips on the ground. Oh my God, how young are you? What kind of flips? I mean, rolling around is great. Honestly, playing in the grass is wonderful. I do that as often as possible. It's kind of cold here now, so not happening quite now. But like flips like somersaults, flips like cartwheels, flips like I used to do this thing a lot. Back flip. Oh wow. Oh, are you the person who asked about splits? Okay, so, okay, I'm super impressed. I have never, well, my spine isn't that flexible, sadly, but I'm super impressed. Front flips and back flips. So you are the person who probably is like you wanting to cultivate splits is probably completely valid, but you want to do it safely. You want to make sure that what you're stretching is your muscles and you're not messing up your joints and you're not overstretching your ligaments. But if you're strong enough to do front flips and back flips, you want to keep cultivating that strength. You want to be strong. Here's the rule of thumb. You want to be strong throughout your range of motion. Not everybody who does the splits is going to be able to get up out of the splits, but you might be able to. And that would be amazing because that proves that you have the strength, that you deserve to be doing them. So you could use supports to help you get back up at first, but ultimately your muscles should be able to do it. Wow, you're just a natural athlete, huh? Running, flipping. You sound like a gymnastics whiz. I'm a little jelly. I'm a little jelly, I have to say. But congratulations. Enjoy it, but do it safely. For decades, super hypermobile people got siphoned off into ballet and gymnastics, and then the hypermobility wasn't protected, and like the burnout for ballet of especially young women who had high hopes and dreams, like put all their time and energy into it and then got injured because the ligaments weren't protected by the strength of the muscles and by their coaches, is huge. But you just want to stay strong throughout your range of motion. But I wish I could share the camera. I'd be like, show us a flip. Sometimes when I try to flip, oh yeah, falling is, it's, a side effect of gymnastical things. You want to fall on a safe surface. You always want to have someone around when you do that. Hello. Hello and welcome. Yeah, and a trained spotter is super, super valuable. Like I said, I worked with Olympians in various different sports, and I actually attended the World's Acrobatic Society annual awards ceremony one year. It was super cool. Sometimes some of those people are here. So if you watch any of those videos, you'll see some really not just talented athletes, but you'll see the talent of these spotters who are likely athletes too, but looking out for someone who is doing something like that is super important. Like how to do that correctly. Yeah, you don't want to fall on your head or your neck. You want to hopefully fall on a decent surface and get back up. Great questions. So for running, I don't know if you have a coach, strong and fast. Aw. Strong. So let me give you a little tip about running, because I have worked with Olympic marathoners and various other runners too. Is to stay strong for running, you want to do a little backwards walking and a little sideways walking. And when you do your sideways walking, you want to keep your hips squared, and eventually cross your legs over, even while your hips are squared. When you do that, especially when you start doing it on inclines, you will strengthen your glute min and med, which are stabilizers of the hip and super important. Most runners I've met, sadly, have come to me because of injuries, career halting injuries. Of course, I get them better, but keeping your hip stabilizers, the sides of your hips, your glute min and med, strong and flexible is a key to doing that. And run barefoot. Run barefoot when you can, because your body won't let you run badly if you are running barefoot. And then for the face, honestly, I had never even heard of mewing until shelter when I was stuck at home. And face exercises. There are face exercises. Just think of upward. Like when you swallow, try to swallow with a smile. I'm doing it now. And so resting face posture is every bit as important as any of the facial exercises you could do. A couple of my favorites are Sage. She's on YouTube. Sage, she's got an app too. and Coco, and I'm talking about the one who spells her name Koko. She's Japanese and she comes here a lot, America, and she's adorable. Her exercises are great. Oh, perfect. Are you a nose breather? Do you do your breathing mostly through your nose? Haley? Let me know. So do you know what mewing is? So ideally you want to mostly good, excellent, mostly breathe through your nose. I mean, there's a few times to mouth breathe, but mostly breathe through your nose and mostly have your tongue resting on the roof of your mouth. Excellent. I'm so glad you're here. So, if you start thinking of resting face posture and having a slight smile, even at rest, you won't look mad. I wish I'd known what mewing was even when I was twice your age. Oh my gosh. I was in my 60s before I ever even heard of it. You guys are so lucky. Yeah. So, and good posture. My breath coach is always talking about best ice cream topping. Sorry, it's fitness questions. I'm slightly allergic to dairy, so I don't have an ice cream topping. I mean, chocolate. I would just love chocolate, but you know, really good, organic, unprocessed. I love chocolate. I would put chocolate on anything that's not salty. Yeah, I think of chocolate as a breakfast food. Strawberries and chocolate. Posture. So posture is super important. I have a bunch of videos about posture. I have a playlist about posture. I have a $20 posture program, but I have plenty of content for free about posture. And so you want to think of just stacking your bones from even footprints on up. And don't spend too much time folded up over your phone. Hopefully your device is eye level. That looked weird. Hopefully your device is eye level. And every once in a while, step backwards into the wall. Especially so young, you should be able to get the back of the lower part of your skull, the back of your skull, on the wall, the back of your shoulders on the wall, the back of your ribs on the wall. If you have really large glutes, then maybe your heels are a little bit away from the wall, and maybe these things are too, but they shouldn't be stuck forward, right? It's if you saw somebody sitting like this, you would think they were super depressed, right? Did their grandmother die? What happened? Right? And then you look and you see a phone in their hand and you're like, oh, they're just on their phone. Like, no. Your neurology, your breathing apparatus, your joints, they don't care that you've got a phone in your hand. Hold it up here. Sorry, you can't even see that. Hold it up here. Hold it at eye level. Pretend your phone is whoever you're chatting with and they're your height, even if they're not. Just pretend that they're your height. Well, bring your brother next Wednesday. I'm so glad you were here. It was fun chatting with you. This is turning into a long one. Does anyone else have it? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cool. And if I'm not here, because this is already kind of long, if I'm not here, I hope to see you again, or drop a comment, drop comments on my videos. I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled to have you. Bring your dad too. Bring your dad, bring your brother. Mostly bring yourself. My pleasure. My pleasure, absolutely. And my breath coach is Chuck McGee III. You can literally look up that name and be in his class Sunday morning, Monday night. It's super easy to find him, and he gets like that too when people are very interested in learning and growing. So I guess some of us are just natural teachers and we love to share. Yeah. Any more questions, people? And if you wanted my newsletter and you didn't sign up for it, how fun. If you want my newsletter and you didn't sign up for it, email me, which is pretty easy from the information on my YouTube channel, or my website has the same name, Stretching by the Bay, you know, at or .com, depending on where you are. And my newsletter was sort of a Halloween edition because one of my neuro hacks is if you pull your ears out and up, it opens up the area for the vagus nerve, which is very calming and relaxing. Have a great rest of your day too. Where are you? Tell me later. Tell me later. It's very calming and relaxing to the vagus nerve. It opens up the lymph flow, and I just thought it was a fun little, Halloween themed thing. So there's so much tech involved in a newsletter. It gets a little bit easier every time, but it always takes so much longer than it should. So I want as many people to see each one as possible. Yep. Drink like you're smiling. Chew like you're smiling. Pretty soon your face will just get used to being in that position. I don't even know what I'm going to be for Halloween this year. I have an I Dream of Jeannie costume, but I'm going to an outdoor party, so that seems a little like I could freeze. A true space outfit would be really good because I could wear so many layers under it and be in a warm bubble. That was so sweet. That was so sweet. Anyone else have any questions? Going once. Oh, and I forgot to invite everybody to subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah. And please enjoy the rest of my content at any time, in any time zone, whatever. There are hundreds of videos. All right. So, posture, breathing. Thank you. I wish I had money to travel, but yeah, my country's kind of going to. Okay, hard to smile when I think about that. Yeah, but the human connection will get us all through. Thank you all for coming by. I so hope you enjoy the videos, the content. If you were too shy to post your comment or question here, I'm sure you can find a way, and visit the videos. After you watch some of the videos, you might have more questions. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll see you next time.